Random. Okay, Unit 3, Day 5. This happens to be the last lesson in Unit 3. So the plan is tomorrow is the review day and the next day is the test day, whatever that looks like. Okay, I'm not even commenting. I don't want to jinx it. All right, so that's the plan. So this is the last day of this unit. So what we're going to do today, they're going to give us a scenario, a situation, a word problem, whatever you want to call it, life application problem. All of those means just word problems, right? And we have to convert that situation into a linear equation. Now, linear equations can look like slope-intercept form, right? They can look like standard form, or they can look like point-slope form, right? Most of the time, they look like what? Slope-intercept form, yes. So we're going to convert those to an equation. Most of the time in slope-intercept form, there are going to be a few that we do in standard form, all right? And then after we write the equation in whatever form, then we're going to figure out something about this problem. Now, there's some clue words you want to look for, all right? If you see the word per, hang on, my pen's not ready. If you see the word per or for each, that is usually referring, it's frozen, I'm sorry. That is usually referring to the slope. Okay, so if you see the word per or the phrase for each, that is usually pertaining to slope. Those are usually clue words for slope. And that bracket looks a little goofy. Okay, usually those mean slope. If you see the word initial amount or starting amount, or something like that, that usually refers to the, what do you think? The y-intercept, right? Now there's some other words that can be y-intercept, but those are just some that we might see. We might add to that list later. Okay, so but per and for each usually are big clue words that, hey, this is a slope right here. Okay, so here is number one. Evan is going to the county fair this weekend. The admission to the fair is $5, and the cost per ride is 50 cents. Stop right there. We have enough to write the equation of the line right there because it says write and solve a linear equation, blah, 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 blah. So write means I need an equation, right? Right? And equations have an equal sign, right? So that first sentence, second sentence, the admission to the fair is $5 and the cost per ride is 50 cents. Do you see one of those clue words? Per. Per means what? Slope. So I'm going to call M 50 cents. And instead of making it 50 cents, I'm going to call it 0.50. Make it in dollars. Is that okay? Right? Because everything else will be in dollars. So what do you think is the y-intercept? $5. Because before he rides a ride to even get into the fair, he has to pay $5. Right? You got to pay $5 whether you ride or not. Right? So your B is $5. Y'all see that? So that's enough for us to write a linear equation, isn't it? M and B. So y equals 0.50x plus 5. Now, if you want to put 0.5 instead of 0.50, isn't that the same thing? Isn't that the same thing? 0.5 and 0.50?
Wouldn't if we did that, we'd have to put 5.00.
0.500. No, you don't have to. I just did it because it's 50 cents. I'm making it look like dollars and cents. Does that make sense?
I was talking about
Okay. All right. Now it says, if his parents give him $20, how much money does he have? $20. Does he have more than $20? No, that's his total amount he has. Right? All right. Write and solve a linear question to find out how many rides he can go on. Well, wasn't it 50 cents the cost per ride?
Yes.
Right? So that means 50 cents is getting multiplied by X. So X is the number of rides. Right? So which one does the total amount of money go for, do you think? Y is the total amount. Okay? So when I solve for the cost for how many rides, I put 20 in for Y. Do y'all see that? Yeah, the 20 is the total amount. So 20 equals 0.50x. Oh, what the heck was that? Technology. Plus 5. Do y'all see that? X is how many rides, because it was the cost per ride is 50 cents per ride. So per really means multiply. So it's multiplying 50 cents per the number of rides. All right? $5 is how much it costs to get in. 20 is the total amount his parents gave him. Y'all with me? How do I solve that for X? First, I subtract 5. Good. Yeah. What is 20 minus 5? 15 equals 0.50x. How do I solve for x? Divide by 0.50. Nope.
Oh,
I did it wrong.
30. So what does X talk about? Now, word problems need words with their answers. 30 what? Rides. He can go on 30 rides, barring that he didn't pay for a girlfriend to get in with him, or that he didn't buy him a corn dog or a funnel cake, right?
just getting in and riding.
That's just getting in and riding. If he just goes in just to ride, now he's going to be hungry. So I'd be budgeting for a funnel cake. Yeah, exactly. All right. So y'all see what we did there? We picked out an M and a B and wrote us an equation, right? And then we went on to say, okay, his parents gave him $20. That's the total amount he has. That goes in for Y. And then we solved it for X to find out how many rides he could go on. Y'all see how we did that? All right, let's do number 2. Oh, Lord. I don't know what my computer screen's doing. If you buy a car at the car wash at the gas station for $6, the cost per gallon is $2.35. Stop right there. That's enough. If you buy a car wash. So some gas stations, it used to be a thing to where if you pay for a car wash, then they will give you so much off of your gallon of gas. Does that make sense? They give you a special discount on gas. Okay. So if you buy a car wash at the gas station for $6, the cost per gallon is $2.35. So what do you think is the slope? $2.35. What is up with my pen? My voice, my pen, everything going crazy. Go figure. So what's the initial amount that you got to pay? $6. So that's enough for us to write an equation with, isn't it? Slope-intercept form will do it. Y equals what? 2.35 x plus 6. No, not B, 6. 6 is B. All right, so let's talk about what those mean. Y is the total amount you're spending, right? What is X? Yes, because it's cost per gallon. Well, the cost is $2.35, so that means the gallons is X, right? Because per means you multiply. Okay, $2.35 is getting multiplied by gallons. Okay, so it says the next thing they tell you is if you have $40, write and solve a linear equation to find the number of gallons of gas you can afford. Well, I wrote my equation right here. That's my equation. We did that. So we got to solve it for if we have $40. Or do I put $40 in for Y or do I put it in for X? Y, because Y is the total amount. Does that make sense? So calculator might come in handy. 40 equals 2.35x plus 6. How do I solve that for x? Very good. Subtract 6. What's 40 minus 6? 34 equals 2.35x. And we divide by 2.35. And I don't know about you, but I need a calculator to help me do that. 34 divided by 2.35 14.46808. Yeah. So we're gonna squiggle that. Y'all know what you do when you approximate something? I'm gonna do about 14.5. Is that okay? And if you put squiggles, that means we rounded. That's approximately, right? Equals is a strong word in math, right? Equals means exact. So when I put a squiggle equals, that means approximately, right? So 14.5, approximately 14.5 what? Gallons of gas. Word problems need words with their answers. There we go. Okay, so we wrote the linear equation using our clue words, and then we solve for how many x. Now, what if they tell you that they bought 10 gallons of gas? Can you figure out how much money they spent? Yeah, you would just put the 10 in for the x, and then solve for y. Does that make sense? So you really have to read these each time and see what they're doing. All right, any questions on number 1 and number 2? Those are pretty nice and easy. Found the clue words, write your equation, slope-intercept form, easy peasy, right? Well, on number 3, it gets a little different. All right. Y'all ready for number 3? All right. Sam ordered 2 hamburgers and 3 hot dogs from the concession stand at a baseball game. His bill came to $19.05. If hamburgers cost $5.25 each, write and solve a linear equation to find out the cost of each hot dog. Now, what 2 things is he buying here? All right, so we need to assign 2 variables. All right, let's let X be hamburgers and Y be hot dogs. Well, I need a variable. We got to write a linear equation first, so I need variables. So all right, so this is the hamburger's price, I should say. X is how much it costs for a hamburger, and Y is the price for a hot dog. Does that make sense? All right, now I need to write an equation. Sam ordered how many hamburgers? 2. So 2 times the price of hamburgers plus how many hot dogs did he order? 3 times the price per hot dog equals a total of what? $19.05. Now this is a linear equation in what form? Stop. Standard form. But is it still a linear equation? Yes, because we can have linear equations in standard form. Y'all with me? So this one is one where you have to use standard form. So we just have to make sure that we label our variables. Does that make sense? Label what you mean. Okay? You could do hamburgers in front of, hot dogs in front of hamburgers. Just make sure you label it, and that way you'd put 3 with the X and 2 with the Y. Does that make sense? So I like to go in order that they mention things. So the total amount's what it's always going to equal. All right. So then it says if hamburgers cost $5.25 each, $5.25 each, write and solve a linear equation to find the cost of each hot dog. So we know how much the hamburgers cost, but he couldn't remember what the hot dogs cost. How could he figure out how much he paid for hot dogs each? Yeah, so $5.25 is for the cost of a hamburger, so we put that in for the hamburger price, which is X. Y'all see that? Okay, so there's my linear equation. So where they have X, I now know that the hamburger price is $5.25 each. So that goes in for X. So you write an equation first, and then you plug in something they tell you. What's 2 times 5.25? $10.50. Yeah. Plus 3y equals $19.05. And how do I solve for y? Not 3y. Subtract 1050. I know you did. So 3y equals, what's 1905 minus 1050? 855. And how do I solve for y? Divide by 3. So y equals what? That's not what I got. I got $2.85 per hot dog, right? So each hot dog costs $2.85. I know. So can we check this? Can we check that? If we do 1050 plus 3 times 285, the total should come out to be what? $19.05. Right? Right. So this is one where you have to set it up like a standard form. Y'all with me? All right. Number 4. All right. Number 4. Karen's piggy bank all has dimes and quarters. Okay. We have a piggy bank. It only has dimes and quarters. That's my kind of piggy bank right there if I'm having coins, right? I let my kids have the nickels and pennies. I really do. And I keep my dimes and quarters. All right. Mean mama. I know. All right. The total value. They don't care. They're just excited. They have money. They don't care if it's a penny.
My cousin, she thinks that pennies are worth more than dollars.
Exactly. They're brown. Exactly. So she's rich. I get it. I get it. Kids are great.
Yeah.
All right. So she's got only dimes and quarters. All right. The total value of the money in her piggy bank is $11.40. All right. Stop right there. We need to assign a variable. What do y'all want X to be? The amount of dimes or quarters? Okay. So let X be the amount of quarters she has. And Y be the number of dimes she has. We're going to stop right here and write this equation. Now, quarters and dimes have their own value, right? Right? What's the value of a quarter? 0.25, right? 25 cents. So if she has X quarters, we'd multiply that by 0.25 each, right? Plus, what's the value of a dime? 10 cents. So that's 0.10 times Y, right? Equals how much total money does she have in there? $11.40. So here's our equation in standard form. Do y'all see where I got the 0.25 and 0.10? Because those are the values of quarters and dimes. All right, so there's our linear equation. All right, now it tells me Karen has 36 quarters. Find the number of dimes. So what do I plug 36 in for, X or Y? Yeah, my X is quarters, right? So I'm going to say 0.25 times 36 plus 0.10Y equals 1140. Now I need to multiply 0.25 times 36, so y'all help me with that. I trust you. I just want to see what my calculator does. 9. So 9 plus 0.10Y equals 1140. All right? So now how do I solve for Y? Subtract 9. So 0.10Y equals what? What's 1140 minus 9 whole? 240. $2.40. Divide by 0.10. Y equals what? 24 what? Dimes. Very good. She has 24 dimes in her piggy bank. Now let's make let's just make a scenario here. Is she gonna have 24 and a half dimes? No, you can. A coin is a coin, right? You can't have a half of a coin, right? We don't do that. We don't cut coins, right? They're not worth anything. All right. Same thing with a person. We're not gonna have a half a person, right? Right? Even if they've lost their legs, it's not a half a person. A person is a person, right? If they're breathing and they have air in their lungs, they're a person, right? Right? Okay. So, yeah, so when we're doing a word problem, we need to make sure our answer makes sense. Does that make sense? Does it make sense for our answers make sense? Got it. Y'all see what I'm saying? Okay, so we should not get a decimal answer on a question like this. Does that make sense? Now, you could if it's talking about money, because money has got decimals, right? If you're talking about gallons of gas, yes, you can get 2.35 gallons of gas. But if you're talking about actual whole objects, then you would not get a decimal or fraction. Got it? Turn to the back. All right. So different setup again. All right. At Eagle Bay, it costs $12 per hour to rent a canoe. Now rent a canoe. There is a clue word right there, right? Right? So that $12 per hour is a clue word for slope, right? So I'm going to go ahead and say my M is 12. Nate and his friends rented a canoe for 4 hours and paid $68. Now, it didn't tell you how much it cost originally to rent a canoe, right? So it didn't tell us a B. So what do you think that 4 hours and $68 is? An X and a Y, which is an ordered pair. Y'all see that? So this time they're giving us a point and an ordered pair. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? So we've got to write and solve a linear equation. So before we can write a linear equation, what do I need? I got an M, I gotta have a what? Gotta have a B. How do I get a B if I have a point and a slope? Y equals mx plus b, right? All right. So y equals mx plus b. What's my y value from my ordered pair? 68. Oops. What's my m? 12. What's my x? 4 plus b. What's 12 times 4? So 68 equals 48 plus b. Now what? Subtract 48 everywhere. What's 68 minus 48? 20. So that means it probably costs $20 to even go rent a canoe anyway, and then it's $12 per hour you're out there on the boat, right? So my equation is y equals 12x plus 20. Does that make sense? All right. Now it says, write and solve a linear equation. We already wrote it. To find the cost to rent the canoe after 7 hours. So do you think we're going to plug 7 in for X or Y? X, because it was $12 per hour, so the 12 is getting multiplied by the number of hours, right? And so it makes sense that Y would be the total cost because it's Y equals, right? Okay, so we're going to plug in 7 for X. So Y equals 12 times 7 plus 20. What's 12 times 7? 84 plus 20. Y equals $104. Since it's a total cost, you need to put dollars with it. So, and that's kind of your words when you have a word problem, when you have a dollar sign. So 100, if they're going to spend 7 hours out in the canoe, it's going to cost them $104 total. Well, if you're splitting it with some people, might not be too bad. But 7 hours is all day long. So, yeah. So did y'all get how this one was a point and a slope? So read those clue words. If you see per, that's slope automatically. All right. And then they gave us 6 hours. They gave us 4 hours of $68. That sounds like an ordered pair. This X value gets you this Y amount. Does that make sense? All right. I say that a lot, don't I? Does this make sense? Whatever. All right. Numbers. I'm thinking.
Yeah, number 6. We have a number 7.
Can y'all at least write me the equation for number 6? Y'all see what you can do on number 6. Yeah, y'all see what you can do on number 6. See what you can do on number 6. Y'all are in groups for a reason.
So make sure you put the approximate equal sign, or x is approximately negative 2.17. Okay, now go back to your calculator, and now do negative 5 minus 2 second x squared 2. Negative 5 minus 2 second x squared 2. Did we get negative 2.8284?
So y'all tell me this. What did you think they gave you on this? What did they give you on this? A point and a slope, right? All right, go with that. Point and a slope. Just like the last one, except for this one is actually easier than the last.
So there's our two solutions. All right, how we feel so far? Very good. Done. I'm gonna do 15 So we'll do 15 together and I'll do 17 and 18. I'm not gonna do it. All right, 2x squared minus 7 equals 2. All right, Will, does the x squared turn by itself? Tell me what it is. Not yet. Add it up. Add it up. 2x squared equals. No, very good. I don't know what we're doing. Alright, so we have x squared equals. Right, so now what is this? Okay, so what are we going to Alright, so we know we're going to have x equals and we know we're going to have plus.
All right, did y'all say that the slope was 5 and the ordered pair is what? 12 and 2 10. What the? Jeez, 12 and 2 10. So you got B, didn't you? Yep. So y equals mx plus b. What goes in for y? 210. What goes in for m? What goes in for x? Plus b. So 210 equals plus b. And you subtract 60. And what do you get? 150 equals b. So y equals 5x plus 150. Raise your hand if you got there so far. Very good. Now, it said it was $5 per week plus an installation fee, right? The total fee for 12 weeks of service is $210. Write and solve a linear equation to find the cost of the installation fee. So what is the answer? Yeah, the installation fee is your B, is it not? Do y'all see that? The very first sentence. The security company provides security systems for $5 per week plus an installation fee. Well, that was there, wasn't it? So when we got B, we found the installation fee. So the installation fee is $150. Isn't that cool? Because I didn't give you anything else to plug in, did they? Does that make sense? I do say that a lot, don't I? So when you found B on this one, you did find the installation fee. Who figured that out on their own? Oh, y'all are so smart. Y'all are so smart. So smart.
Albert Einstein.
Y'all are geniuses. All right, let's skip number 7. Number 8. Customers of a satellite dish must pay an installation of the dish and a monthly fee for service. Okay. After 6 months, Ryan had paid $594. Sorry. This is number 8. Yeah, we're skipping 7 for now. After 11 months, he had paid $989. Write and solve a linear equation to find the cost for installation. Now, what did they give me here? Yeah, this is an ordered pair, right? And this is an ordered pair. So write them down. Yeah, we're going to have to do that stuff, aren't we? Yep, so 6, 594 and 11, 989. 2 points. So we've got to come up with M and B on our own, right? And Taylor just told me how to find M. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Y'all with me? What is y2? 989 minus what is y1? 594 over what's x2? 11 minus x1. 6. Calculators are our friends. What is 989 minus 594? 395 divided by what? 5. So that's nice. It'll come out evenly. What's 395 divided by 5? 79. So that is the slope. Which, what does that mean? A monthly fee, right? So that would be $79 per month. Does that make sense? That's $79 per month, because that would be a slope. And it said a monthly service fee and an installation fee, right? So the installation fee would be what, do you think? It would be B, wouldn't it? So yeah, y equals mx plus b. And we got 2 ordered pairs though, so which one are we going to use? Yeah, it don't matter, but yeah, we want to pick the smaller one probably. Does that make sense? All right, just make sure you use the x and y from the same ordered pair. So if I use the smaller one, what's my y value? 594 equals, what's my m? 79 times what's my x? 6 plus b. I need to know what 79 times 6 is. 474 plus b. And now how do I solve for b? Oops, not a 5. So minus 474 on both sides. What's 594 minus 474? 120 equals b. So I need an equation. Y equals 79x plus 120. And what is the installation fee? $120 for your installation fee. That makes sense? Everybody good with that? Actually, I want y'all to have time to work in your groups on these. I mean, I showed you one of everything. You could have 2 ordered pairs from your information, right? You could have a